Chosen one, hear me clearly. This message did not find you by accident. No algorithm, no coincidence, no random scrolling brought you here. God led you here for a divine reason. Your spirit was pulled into alignment with this word because heaven is moving on your behalf in ways you can't yet fully see. And if you've been sensing that something is shifting, you're right. A spiritual alignment is happening in your life right now, even though the full picture hasn't yet unfolded before your eyes. I know this. You've been walking a hard road alone for a long time. You've shouldered burdens most will never understand. You've been faithful in the dark, patient in the waiting, and committed to your growth, even when it meant going through the fire. You've cried silent tears behind closed doors. You've outgrown people, places, and old patterns that once felt safe, but are now too small for your spirit. And you've wondered, when, Lord, when will my season shift? Chosen one, it has already begun. You are stepping into a season where God is not just restoring you, He is rewarding you. And this next reward is not about fantasy or fairy tale romance. It is about divine partnership, a connection authored by heaven, not shaped by worldly patterns or past disappointments. God is assigning someone to you wealthy in spirit, wealthy in resources, and wealthy in purpose. And they are coming not to complete you, for you are already whole, but to cover you, to walk beside you, to help move you into the environments where your calling can fully thrive, where you truly belong. Get ready, chosen one. In this message, we are going to break this prophetic word down into 7 powerful chapters, so your spirit can fully receive the confirmation and clarity you've been asking for. But before we dive deep, please take a moment, like, share, and subscribe. Why? Because this isn't just another video. This is a living word for the chosen ones. And when you help share it, you are helping align other chosen ones across the earth with what heaven is doing right now. And I want to pause and say this. Thank you from my heart to yours, to everyone who has been supporting this channel through super thanks. God bless you richly for sowing back into this space. Your generosity, your presence, your faithfulness, they do not go unnoticed. Whether you give or not, know this, your prayers, your engagement, and your spiritual alignment here are already part of the harvest being prepared for you. And for that I am truly grateful. Now if your spirit feels the frequency of this message, type 777 in the comments right now. This is not a random number. It is a sacred signal to the Most High and to the universe that you are ready to receive the divine partner, the divine provision, and the divine relocation that has already been written into your story from the beginning of time. Understand this. Not everyone will make it to the end of this message. Only the truly chosen, those who can discern spiritual truth from surface noise. If you stay, you will gain clarity, deeper awareness, and prophetic insight about the soulmate God is preparing to send your way. This isn't a message to hear once and forget. It is a spiritual blueprint, unfolding piece by piece. Come back to it whenever your spirit feels led. Each time you do, a new layer of divine truth will rise to the surface. Your next level is not just coming, it is already being assigned. Heaven has already begun moving the pieces into place, and now, chosen one, it's time. Let's dive in. God's chosen ones, God is bringing you a wealthy soulmate to protect, provide, and relocate you. Chapter 1. God saw you hold it down alone. Now He is sending someone to hold you. Chosen one, can we talk honestly for a moment? I want you to look back at the path you've walked, and not just the victories others saw, but the hidden battles they never could have imagined. Do you remember those nights when the weight on your shoulders felt unbearable, when the next breath took faith just to take? It wasn't because you didn't trust God. Oh no, your faith was solid. It was the sheer heaviness of the burdens you were carrying alone that made the road so brutal. Emotional burdens that no one helped you lift. Spiritual battles fought in the privacy of your prayer closet. Financial stress that kept you up long after everyone else had gone to sleep. Have you ever wondered why you were the one who had to stand when everyone else sat down? Why it always seemed like you were the first to pour out, to give, to cover others, and yet the last to receive even a fraction of what you sowed? There you were, faithfully showing up when no one else would. You stood tall in public, but behind closed doors you felt shattered. You were the rock for so many, the safe space, the shoulder to cry on, and in the quiet of your own heart, you longed for someone who would be that for you. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11:28. You see, God watched it all. He saw the mornings you woke up drained, but chose to love anyway. He saw you keep believing when cynicism would have been easier. He heard your private prayers, those whispered words, Lord, does anyone even see me? Is there someone who truly cares? And when it seemed like heaven was silent, it wasn't. God was recording every tear, every act of unseen faithfulness. And now, chosen one, He is responding. Think about the great leader, Harriet Tubman. She spent years risking her life for the freedom of others. She navigated the Underground Railroad with no expectation of personal reward, driven purely by her calling. For so long she worked alone, often unseen. But in time God honored her courage, surrounding her with allies who helped elevate her mission. Aren't you walking a similar road? How many times have you wondered if anyone would ever stand beside you the way you've stood for others? The eyes of the Lord are on the righteous, and his ears are attentive to their cry. Psalm 34 for Pulse 1. Now hear this. God is not sending you just anyone. He is sending a soulmate with an assignment, someone who is called, equipped and anointed to bless you. Not a project you'll have to fix, not a distraction, not a detour, but a divine partner whose purpose aligns with your purpose, a companion who will pour life into you the way you've poured out for so many others. Can you imagine what it will feel like when someone finally sees you? Not just your gifts, not just your strength, but your heart. When they value your loyalty because their soul has been prepared to honor it. Fred Rogers, known to the world as Mr. Rogers, was a man who quietly poured into others with kindness and wisdom. But even he was blessed with a life partner, his wife Joanne, who provided unwavering support and understanding throughout his ministry. Doesn't your heart crave a similar safe place, a love that protects, not depletes? Two are better than one because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. Ecclesiastes 4:9-10. Chosen one, you will not have to shrink to keep this person. You will not be asked to dim your light to make them comfortable. They will stand beside you with a shield, not a leash. They will protect your fire and celebrate it. Think of Barack and Michelle Obama, a couple who fiercely protect each other's brilliance and purpose. This is the kind of partnership God is preparing for you. Have you ever dared to believe that someone could love you like this? Have you begun to wonder if such a person exists? They do, and they are being sent with divine timing. As the famous author Maya Angelou once shared, love recognizes no barriers. It jumps hurdles, leaps fences, penetrates walls to arrive at its destination full of hope. Isn't it time you allowed yourself to believe that this kind of love is on its way to you? He who finds a wife finds what is good and receives favor from the Lord. Proverbs 18:22. Chosen one, you have endured the valley. You have been faithful in your season of solitude. Now heaven is moving. This partner will not come to complete you. You are already whole. They will come to cover you, to walk beside you into the next dimension of your calling. And when they arrive, you won't have to question if they are from God. You will feel it. Their presence will bring peace, not confusion. Their love will heal, not harm. Their loyalty will mirror yours. And as you both walk forward, your union will be a testimony to the world of what heaven-ordained love looks like. So, are you ready to receive what you've long prayed for? Are you willing to be loved as deeply as you have loved others? The reward is on its way, chosen one. Heaven is responding. Stay open, stay expectant. Your next chapter is about to begin. Chapter 2. You've been prepared for a different kind of love, and it is finally on its way. Chosen one, do you realize how much preparation your spirit has undergone to be ready for what is coming? I'm not talking about surface change. I'm talking about deep soul-level transformation. You have walked through relationships that were dressed up to look like love, but in truth were designed to distract and derail you. How many times did you give your all, only to receive crumbs in return? How often did you find yourself begging to be seen, heard, or valued, knowing in your heart that love was never meant to be a battlefield? Have you asked yourself, why did I have to endure so much relational pain? Why did so many false connections come my way? The answer is sobering yet freeing. Those experiences were never meant to define you. They were lessons meant to refine you. You've known love based on fear, on trauma bonds, on emotional instability. But hear me clearly, that was not love. That was survival. That was spiritual warfare, masquerading as companionship. And you learned the hard way. Not everyone who says I love you knows what love is. Sometimes the ones who claim to care can still wound you the deepest. The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit. Psalm 34:18. Look at the story of Princess Diana, a global figure beloved by millions, yet within her personal relationships, she often endured deep loneliness and betrayal. Even under the crown's glittering surface, she experienced the ache of false love. Yet through it all, her spirit evolved, her compassion and strength only deepened. Likewise, chosen one, your past relationships were not wasted. They were pruning seasons, preparing you for something far greater. In the heartbreak, in the silence of loneliness, God was at work. Every tear you cried in private became a seed for future joy. He was cleansing your heart, renewing your mind, detoxing your spirit. Why? Because when God is about to send you something sacred, He first removes everything sent to distract and destroy. In the quiet ache of your single seasons, you were not being punished, you were being prepared, spiritually refined, emotionally matured, made whole again, so that when the real thing arrives, you won't reject it out of fear or sabotage it from old wounds. Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Isaiah 43:18-19. Do you remember the story of Steve Harvey? Before finding lasting love with his wife Marjorie, he endured multiple failed relationships and deep personal struggles. Yet when God restored his life, he also brought a partner who fully embraced his purpose and vision. This is the pattern of divine love, not rushed, not counterfeit, but sacred and rightly timed. Now you've been prepared for a different kind of love, a love that will not bring chaos but clarity, a love that will not confuse you, but calm you. Can you imagine what it will feel like to no longer question someone's motives? To no longer wonder if today they will love you and tomorrow withdraw? This next love will not come to break you, it will come to bless you. It will honor your boundaries, not test them. It will protect your heart, not manipulate it. But here's the truth. At first it may feel almost unfamiliar. Why? Because you've never experienced a love this healthy, this pure, this intentional. Are you ready to receive something that doesn't demand performance? Are you ready to be loved as you are, without having to fight for your place in someone's life? Above all, love each other deeply, because love covers over a multitude of sins. 1 Peter 4:8. Think of Keetor Reeves, a man who endured profound personal losses and heartache, yet remained grounded and open-hearted. Today, his relationship with Alexandra Grant is widely seen as a picture of mature, quiet, authentic love. Like him, you have outgrown counterfeit love. You've evolved beyond temporary connections. You're ready for love that feels like restoration, like God saying, "This is what I had in mind for you all along." This person being sent to you will not be attracted by lust or need. They will be led by the Spirit, not driven by ego. They will be steady, not unstable. They will match your healing because they too have been healing. Can you already sense how different this will be from your past? You won't have to shrink your light. You won't have to apologize for being too much. You won't have to chase. They will choose you without hesitation. They will partner with your purpose, not pull you away from it. And over all these virtues put on love, which binds them all together in perfect unity. Colossians 3:14. One more example. Consider Oprah Winfrey and Stedman Graham, two powerful individuals who honor each other's independence while nurturing a supportive, stable love. This is the model of divine partnership God is preparing for you. No more cycles, no more confusion, no more settling. You are stepping into a season where love will not feel like pressure. It will feel like peace. It will feel like home. So are you willing to release old patterns so that you can receive this blessing fully? Are you prepared to walk into a love so aligned with heaven that it elevates every part of your life? Because chosen one, you have been prepared. And what is coming will be worth every tear, every lesson, and every lonely night. Stay ready. Stay expectant. The real thing is on its way. Chapter 3. Their protection is a reflection of God's heart, and your destiny deserves it. Chosen one, let's speak plainly. The person God is sending into your life is not entering merely to add romantic interest or companionship. No, this is far greater. This is about divine protection, sacred covering, and purposeful alignment. The world may have taught you to expect only fleeting affection or shallow connection, but heaven's design for your next chapter is deeper than anything you've known. Have you truly considered what it means to be loved in a way that honors your calling? To be protected not just in the natural, but in the spiritual? The one coming is not arriving by accident. They are being sent on assignment straight from the throne room of heaven to help protect what you carry. You see, your anointing, your purpose, your vision, it has drawn both opposition and attention. In past seasons you've walked alone, covering yourself in prayer and shielding your dreams from those who could not understand them. But now God is sending someone who will stand guard beside you. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Exodus 14:14. Think about it. How many times have you been surrounded by people who, rather than celebrating your light, felt threatened by it? How many so-called relationships turned into silent competitions, where your favor became a point of jealousy and your purpose became too heavy for others to embrace? Let's be honest. Too often, those drawn to your light wanted access to your gifts but refused to carry the responsibility that comes with them. Look at the story of Joseph in Genesis. His brothers, consumed by jealousy, sold him into slavery, unable to handle the weight of his God-given dreams. But later in his life, Joseph found favor in the house of Pharaoh, surrounded by those who valued his wisdom and protected his role. Chosen one, your past seasons may have been marked by betrayal, but your future will be marked by protection. He will cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. Psalm 91:4. The person God is sending now carries a different spirit. They will not compete with your calling. They will guard it. They will not attempt to dim your purpose. They will support it with prayer, with presence, with wisdom. This is not a love born from ego or flesh. It is a love anchored in deep spiritual awareness. They will love you in a way that mirrors the very heart of God. Do you know what that looks like? It looks like someone who senses when your spirit is heavy and intercedes for you without even being asked. It looks like someone who discerns when you are tired and covers you in love instead of judgment. It looks like someone who treats your soul like sacred ground because they understand the spiritual weight of who you are. Consider Coretta Scott King, who stood faithfully beside Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. through battles, threats, and persecution. Her protection of his vision, her unwavering support, helped shield him through the storms of his calling. This is the caliber of partnership God desires for you, chosen one. A love that knows when to stand in the gap, when to lift you up, and when to speak life over you when you forget who you are. Though one may be overpowered, two can defend themselves. A cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. Ecclesiastes 4:12. And understand this, real love, heaven-sent love, does not bring comfort alone. It brings protection. It safeguards your mind, your emotions, your vision, your destiny. It does not stand idly by when you struggle. It steps in. Just as Aaron and Hur held up Moses' arms during the battle so that victory would be won, your divine partner will help hold up your arms when the weight becomes too much. They will walk beside you, not in front to control, not behind to follow, but beside you as an equal and sacred partner in your God-given mission. Have you dared to imagine what it will feel like to be loved this way? Have you opened your heart enough to receive it? Because this is not just about you, it is about what God has placed inside of you. The ministry being birthed from your pain, the vision you've nurtured in silence, the ideas you've carried like fragile treasure. God is sending someone who sees these things and values them as much as you do, perhaps even more. Someone who will fight to protect your vision like it's their own, and in the spirit it will be. Therefore encourage one another and build each other up, just as in fact you are doing. Think of Barack and Michelle Obama. Their love story is one of mutual respect, spiritual partnership and shared vision. Michelle did not try to dim Barack's purpose. She stood beside it, championed it, protected it. In turn, he honored and supported her unique calling. This is the type of love heaven is preparing for you. Not a cage, not a leash, not a trap, but a shield that lets you breathe, dream, and rise in peace. And here is the beautiful truth. This protection will not flow from their strength alone. It will flow from their reverence for God. They will love you because they first love Him. They will protect you because they understand you are not just anyone. You are a vessel chosen by the Most High, and they have been entrusted to walk alongside you, to steward the gift of your life with sacred responsibility. Look also at Denzel and Pauletta Washington, another example of a marriage built on faith, mutual covering, and shared purpose. Behind Denzel's public success is Pauletta's private strength and unwavering protection of their home and calling. Chosen one, this is what God desires for you, a love that strengthens, shields, and serves. So, are you ready to release the wounds of past betrayals so you can receive this new kind of protection? Are you prepared to let someone stand beside you and help carry what you've carried alone for so long? Because know this, when God sends someone to protect you, He is not merely answering your prayers, He is fulfilling His own promise over your life, and the connection He is preparing will be a reflection of that promise, rooted in purpose, built on spiritual protection, and flowing straight from His heart. Chosen one, your destiny deserves this kind of love, and heaven is already moving. Are you ready? Chapter 4. They will have the resources to provide and the heart to steward them wisely. Chosen one, let's make this perfectly clear. God is not about to send someone into your life who is unprepared, unequipped, or leaning on your strength as a crutch. No, this next divine connection is not built on potential. It is built on provision. It is built on readiness. It is built on spiritual maturity and kingdom responsibility. After all you've been through, why would heaven now send someone to drain you emotionally, spiritually, or financially? Haven't you already walked too many miles carrying more than your share? Haven't you already been the strong one for too long? So are you ready to experience a relationship where you are finally poured into rather than constantly pouring out? Are you prepared to allow someone trustworthy enough to carry some of the weight with you? And my God will meet all your needs according to the riches of His glory in Christ Jesus. Philippians 4:19. Chosen one, the person being sent into your life is coming prepared because heaven has been preparing them while you've been healing. Think about that. While you've been in the refining fire, letting go of old patterns, purging wounds, surrendering past disappointments, God has been shaping someone else in parallel. They will not only be emotionally whole, but resourcefully equipped. They will be positioned on the outside to match the depth of transformation God has wrought within you. This is not someone who will simply love with their words. They will love with their actions, with structure, stability, vision, and wise counsel. Have you imagined what it feels like to be loved by a builder instead of a taker? To be supported by someone who comes not with empty promises, but with the proven capacity to lift you higher. Through wisdom a house is built, and by understanding it is established. By knowledge the rooms are filled with all precious and pleasant riches. Proverbs 24. Look at the life of Boaz, the man God positioned to redeem and provide for Ruth. Boaz wasn't simply a man of means, he was a man of integrity and spiritual alignment. When he saw Ruth's character, he moved not from lust or obligation, but from honor and strategy. He protected her, provided for her, and partnered with her destiny. That same model is coming into your life, chosen one. You see, this person being sent to you has walked through their own fires. They have faced their own tests and passed them. They carry a wisdom that can only come from deep experience with God. They have learned the value of stewardship, and now heaven trusts them enough to entrust them with you. When this person sees your life, they will not simply admire it from a distance. They will invest in it, intentionally, consistently, powerfully, not to fix you, because you are not broken, but to build with you, to partner with the promise on your life, to add strength to the vision God has given you. Have you thought about how transformational it will feel to have someone who brings solutions, not just sympathy? Consider the story of Melinda French Gates. For years, she didn't just stand behind her husband Bill Gates, but actively co-led the Gates Foundation, managing resources to impact the world, a partner in both vision and execution. Chosen one, this is the caliber of person heaven is preparing for you, someone who brings both vision and resources into the partnership, someone who helps you expand rather than exhausts you. When you're overwhelmed, they will bring peace. When you're uncertain, they will bring clarity. When you're ready to expand, they will bring the funding, the faith, and the focus to make it happen. A generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed. Proverbs 11:25. Think of Oprah Winfrey and her longtime partner Stedman Graham. Behind the public success, Stedman has supported and empowered Oprah's mission while staying grounded in his own purpose. Their relationship thrives not on codependency, but on mutual support, space for purpose, and practical provision. The person coming your way will embody this same healthy dynamic. And understand this, they will see provision as a form of spiritual covering, not just financial giving. They will know that taking care of you is part of their divine assignment. They will do it joyfully, not from obligation, but from honor. Their mindset will not be how little can I give, but how can I expand what God is doing through us. This is not about money alone. It's about creating an environment where both of you can thrive, not merely survive. They will make room for your calling. They will fund your ideas, not because they have to, but because they believe in you. They will understand that when you are operating in peace and clarity, you are most dangerous to the enemy and most useful to the kingdom. Honor the Lord with your wealth, with the first fruits of all your crops. Then your barns will be filled to overflowing, and your vats will brim over with new wine. Proverbs 3:9-10. Look at Tyler Perry, a man of great resources who invests not only in his own projects, but also in the dreams and visions of others. This is how kingdom-minded individuals think, and this is the mindset of the person being sent to partner with you. Most importantly, they will not be intimidated by your calling. They won't compete with your vision. They will fuel it. They will quietly pray over it, sow into it, protect it. Your elevation won't offend them, it will excite them, because they understand that God blesses those who bless his chosen vessels. So, are you ready to finally experience a partnership where you are supported at every level, spiritually, emotionally, financially, and strategically? Are you ready to walk into a season where your vision is no longer limited by lack, but propelled by partnership? Chosen one, the days of carrying it all alone are coming to an end. You've been faithful over little, and now God is sending someone who is faithful over much. Someone who has both the heart and the hands to help you build. Someone who doesn't just talk vision, they back it with resources, wisdom, and mature stewardship. Get ready, because when this divine connection arrives, you won't just feel loved, you'll feel covered, empowered, and equipped to soar higher than you've ever gone before. Chapter 5. You will be relocated for greater purpose, and this divine connection is the key. Chosen one, it's time to understand a truth that many overlook on their journey. God often shifts our destiny through location. Sometimes the greatest breakthrough isn't in what you're doing, it's in where you are. And one of the most profound reasons this divine soulmate is being sent into your life is to serve as a bridge, a catalyst that transitions you physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually into the next level of your calling. Have you noticed that where you are now has begun to feel too small for what you carry? Have you sensed a restlessness, a divine tension in your spirit, as though you've outgrown your current surroundings but aren't yet sure where your next ground will be? This is not your imagination, chosen one. It is the Holy Spirit preparing you for relocation. The Lord had said to Abram, "Go from your country, your people and your father's household to the land I will show you." Genesis 12, Genesis.
But why?
Like Abraham, many times God's elevation begins with a call to move, and not just physically. It is a shift in atmosphere, in environment, in relationships, and in spiritual positioning. And this is where your divine partner comes in. They are not just coming into your life to bring companionship, they are coming to bring mobility. Chosen one, let's be real. Your current environment may no longer reflect the growth that God has cultivated in you. Spiritually, you've evolved. Mentally, you've matured. Emotionally, you've stabilized. Yet the soil around you has grown dry. You've been planted in places that no longer nourish your roots, much less your wings. And because of that, you felt the pressing need to stretch and soar. But how? Where? With what support? For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. Now consider this. The person God is sending will not only love you, they will serve as a divine vehicle to transport you to new territory. Whether this relocation is literal, a move to a new city, a new country, a new home, or symbolic, a new level of influence, a new network, a new platform, they will be a key to unlocking the next dimension of your destiny. Look at the story of Joseph once again. He was forcibly relocated to Egypt. A painful transition, but in God's plan, that shift positioned him to save nations. Had he remained in his original surroundings, his gifts would never have reached their full potential. Sometimes God's greatest purpose for us lies in unfamiliar territory. Have you wondered why certain doors haven't opened where you are? Why your gifts feel boxed in? Why certain relationships feel stagnant or resistant to your evolution? Could it be that your assignment requires a new environment, one where your anointing can breathe, stretch and thrive? The boundary lines have fallen for me in pleasant places. Surely I have a delightful inheritance. Psalm 16:6. Chosen one, your divine partner will not come to rearrange your life out of whim. They will come to reposition it according to God's plan. Their resources, their influence, their connections, their obedience to God, all of it will serve as bridges into territory you couldn't access alone. They are showing up with keys to new land, keys to new platforms, keys to rooms where your name has already been whispered in preparation. Look at the life of Serena Williams. Her marriage to Alexis Ohanian didn't confine her or limit her brilliance. It expanded her reach, diversified her opportunities, and created a supportive environment where her purpose could flourish. This is the type of divine alignment heaven is orchestrating for you, chosen one. A partner who is not threatened by your calling but positioned to help you move deeper into it. And understand this relocation is not about comfort. It is about calling. Where God is taking you, your voice will carry farther. Your gifts will sharpen. Your influence will expand. You will encounter new relationships and alliances that recognize your worth without requiring you to prove it. You will find fertile ground for what you've been carrying all these years. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delighteth in his way. Psalm 37:23. Reflect on the life of Nelson Mandela. His global influence only truly unfolded after forced physical relocation, first through imprisonment, then through leadership on the world stage. Without those shifts, his legacy would not have carried such global resonance. Likewise, chosen one, sometimes elevation requires separation from the familiar, even from the relationships, mindsets, or environments that once served a previous season. Are you prepared for this shift? Have you truly opened your heart to the possibility that where you are is not where you will fulfill your highest calling? Could it be that this divine connection is the key God has prepared to move you closer to your promised land? Because this is exactly what is happening. This transition will not be chaotic. It will be ordered. You won't have to force it. You won't have to scramble or beg. God will make it flow. There will be confirmation. There will be peace. And above all, there will be clarity, because you will recognize that this is not merely a romantic connection. It is a strategic relocation wrapped in human form. Look at Elon Musk, a man whose physical relocations and strategic partnerships enabled him to multiply his influence and expand his platforms globally. Divine timing, divine connections, divine positioning. The same God who orders the lives of great innovators and world leaders is also ordering yours. So, chosen one, are you ready to walk through the doors that this next chapter will open? Are you prepared to leave behind the soil that no longer serves you in exchange for the land where your destiny will finally flourish? Because make no mistake, this isn't just a love story. It is a story of strategic alignment for your purpose. And when you look back, you will see that the true miracle wasn't just finding love. It was that love became the vehicle through which God relocated, established and elevated your life. Chapter 6. This connection will feel supernatural because it will be authored by God himself. Chosen one. Hear this. What God is about to bring into your life will not resemble anything you've ever experienced before, because it will not be authored by your past, your wounds, or your fears. It will be authored by heaven. This connection will feel supernatural from the very beginning, not because it's grandiose or flashy, not because it rushes in and sweeps you off your feet in some overwhelming whirlwind, but because of the peace it brings. Are you ready to experience a connection where peace is the loudest voice in the room? Are you prepared to walk into a love that doesn't spark anxiety or confusion, but calms it? This is what is coming, and your soul will know it. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Philippians 4:7. You won't have to second guess it. You won't have to wonder whether it's real. You won't find yourself staying up at night, analyzing mixed signals, or trying to force clarity where there is none. The beauty of a connection authored by God is that clarity comes built in. Your spirit will recognize it as a form of divine rest. Imagine being so secure in a connection that you no longer feel the need to perform, to shrink, or to be hyper-vigilant about whether you are loved. Can you see how healing that will be for your soul? There will be confirmation after confirmation, not just emotional, but spiritual. Conversations will reveal insights you didn't even know you needed. Encounters will unfold with a flow that cannot be explained by chance alone. Doors will open, timelines will align, the fingerprints of the Most High will be woven into every detail of the journey. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delighteth in his way. Psalm 37:23. Think about Ruth and Boaz. Their connection wasn't rushed, yet it was undeniable. God's hand orchestrated every encounter, every conversation, every provision. Neither had to strive to make it happen. They simply walked in obedience, and God brought alignment at the perfect moment. That same divine orchestration is preparing to move in your life, chosen one. And here's the beauty. This connection will not require you to chase. You won't have to strive to keep it. You won't have to dim your light to maintain it, or guard your heart with constant suspicion. This love will be divinely protected and will unfold in sacred timing. The emotional safety you will experience will allow you to be fully seen, fully known, and still fully loved. Have you imagined what it would feel like to finally rest in a love where your soul can exhale, where you can show up as your full self and be embraced, not merely tolerated? There is no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear, because fear has to do with punishment. Look at Barack and Michelle Obama. Their connection is a testament to how powerful, stable love can be when both people walk in shared purpose and mutual honor. Their partnership carries a grace that inspires millions, not through spectacle, but through stability. This is the kind of supernatural connection God is preparing for you. Let's talk about the depth of this connection. It won't be shallow. This person won't just engage you on the surface. They will meet you in the deep waters of faith, purpose, destiny, childhood healing, and legacy. The intimacy you will experience won't just be emotional or physical. It will be spiritual. It will feel as though God placed a piece of himself within this person and sent them to walk beside you. They won't be intimidated by your depth. They will match it. They won't be confused by your calling. They will honor it. And they won't simply admire your light. They will protect it, nurture it, and cover it in prayer. Consider the marriage of Billy and Ruth Graham. Their bond was built on spiritual partnership. Ruth wasn't just Billy's wife. She was his intercessor, his encourager, his spiritual equal. She protected his calling while pursuing her own purpose. This is what a supernatural connection looks like when authored by God. And chosen one, you must know this. There will be no need for games, no hot and cold patterns, no chaos, masquerading as passion. You've endured enough of that in past seasons. This connection will be stable, secure, and sacred. It will not trigger your old wounds. It will heal them. You will not be reminded of your abandonment. You will feel chosen. You won't feel like you are too much or not enough. You will feel perfectly aligned because someone will finally see you the way God sees you. Every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of the heavenly lights. James 1:17. Think about the story of C.S. Lewis and Joy Davidman. When Lewis met Joy later in life, their connection was unexpected but deeply supernatural. She wasn't intimidated by his intellect or his calling. She matched it and became a profound spiritual companion. Their union brought deep healing and joy to both of them in ways neither had imagined. Chosen one. When you look at this person, you will see not just a blessing, but a mirror of how far you've come. You'll recognize that the reason this feels so holy is because you're ready for it now. Had they come earlier, you might have rejected them or misjudged them. But now, after all the healing, you are able to receive what once would have terrified you, a love that doesn't require pain to prove itself. Can you imagine allowing yourself to rest in such a connection? Are you ready to receive a love that does not require endless striving or sacrifice of your authenticity? And perhaps the most beautiful part is this. When God writes a love story, he sustains it. You will not need to anxiously hold it together in your own strength. You will trust the process, because you will know that what God joins, he also covers, provides for, and protects. Look at Kirk Franklin and Tammy Collins Franklin. Their relationship, openly centered on faith and mutual purpose, is an example of what it looks like when God authors and sustains a marriage through every season of life. They've navigated trials and triumphs with grace, because their foundation is not built on emotion alone. It is built on purpose and supernatural covering. So, chosen one, are you ready to trust God's pen? Are you prepared to receive a connection that feels so supernatural that you will no longer question whether it is real, because it will carry the unmistakable fragrance of heaven? This is not a fairy tale. This is divine reality. This is what happens when purpose meets preparation, when timing aligns with truth, when healing makes room for holy union. And here's what you must hold on to. You don't have to strive for this. You don't have to chase it down or beg for it. You only need to remain open, obedient, and expectant. When it arrives, you will know. You won't have to force it, because God will make it flow. Chosen one, get ready. A supernatural connection is coming, one that will reflect God's heart for you, honor your calling, heal your wounds, and elevate your purpose. And when it comes, it will not just feel right, it will feel holy. Chapter 7. You're being rewarded for staying faithful, and heaven is responding. Chosen one, let's close this with truth, a truth your spirit may already be sensing. The connection coming into your life is not the result of luck, chance, or coincidence. No, it is a heaven-ordained reward for your faithfulness. For all the times you said yes to God when it would have been easier to say no. For all the moments you trusted Him when everything around you told you to give up. For every private sacrifice, every unseen act of obedience, heaven has kept the record. And now, chosen one, heaven is responding. Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Galatians 6:9. Have you ever asked yourself why the waiting has been so long? Why the process has felt so intense? Could it be that God was not just preparing a partner for you, but preparing you to steward this kind of love with wisdom, grace, and spiritual maturity? Let's be real. You didn't settle when it would have been easy. You didn't cling to false comfort just to escape loneliness. You didn't chase after temporary people to fill eternal needs. And that was not a small thing. In a world that teaches instant gratification, you chose to wait on the Lord. You chose to trust His timing, even when your heart ached. You chose to sit in seasons of silence without abandoning your purpose. But they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Isaiah 40:31. Consider the story of Elizabeth Elliot, a woman who lost her husband Jim Elliot, a missionary martyred while sharing the gospel. Instead of succumbing to bitterness or rushing to fill the void, Elizabeth waited on the Lord. She remained faithful to her calling, ministered to the very tribe that had taken her husband, and later experienced restoration in ways only heaven could have orchestrated. Your faithfulness is laying the foundation for a similar kind of heavenly reward. Chosen one, you chose integrity when compromise whispered seduction. You chose obedience when the road was lonely, painful, and hidden. You chose to keep walking, even when no one applauded, even when the path felt invisible. And now, because of that obedience, because of your quiet yes behind the scenes, God is preparing to bless you publicly. Can you imagine what it will feel like when the very areas of your life that were marked by hidden sacrifice become the stage where God displays His goodness? Have you opened your heart to receive what you've sown for so long in secret? But when you give to the needy, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, so that your giving may be in secret. Then your Father, who sees what is done in secret, will reward you. Matthew 6:3-4. Chosen one, the person being sent to you is not a random partner. They are a divinely assigned companion, custom designed for your soul, your calling, and your next chapter. This connection is not coming to distract you, delay you, or detour you. It is coming to advance you, to strengthen you, to build with you. Think of Nelson Mandela and Graça Machel. After years of imprisonment and unimaginable trials, Mandela's union with Machel wasn't a mere relationship. It was a divine partnership that reflected the fullness of restoration after a long season of faithful endurance. Likewise, the connection coming your way will reflect God's restorative goodness in your life. You won't have to shrink to keep them. You won't have to betray yourself to maintain their attention. You won't need to explain your worth. They will already know it, because God will have revealed it to them. Have you ever envisioned what it will feel like to be fully seen, fully valued, without performance or pretense? For the Lord your God is the one who goes with you to fight for you against your enemies, to give you victory. Deuteronomy 24. And this is not just a relationship, it is a kingdom connection, one that aligns with your divine purpose, not merely your personal desires. They will speak your spiritual language. They will understand your calling, without you needing to translate it. They will not be intimidated by your light. They will protect it, uplift it, and walk beside it in covenant. Look at the marriage of Reverend Billy and Ruth Graham once again. Ruth didn't merely tolerate her husband's calling, she championed it, protected it, and interceded for it. Together they became a force for the kingdom. Your future partner will do the same, standing with you, not above you or behind you, but beside you. Chosen one, take a moment to truly reflect. Are you ready to receive this kind of love? Are you ready to welcome a connection that won't pull you out of purpose but will push you deeper into it? Because this is what is coming, and it is a reward. Not because you earned it through striving, but because you stayed faithful when it would have been easier to quit. God is not in the business of forgetting. Every tear you cried in private, every time you chose prayer over panic, every time you surrendered your timeline to His, heaven recorded it. God is not unjust. He will not forget your work and the love you have shown Him, as you have helped His people and continue to help them. Hebrews 6:10. Think of Denzel and Pauletta Washington, a couple who have walked decades of marriage grounded in faith, purpose, and mutual covering. Their partnership reflects the fruit of two people who have stayed faithful not only to each other, but to God's higher calling on their lives. This is what God desires for you, chosen one, a partner who walks in spiritual alignment, not merely physical attraction. And know this, God is not just sending you love to fill a relational void. He is sending you a partner for destiny. Someone who understands the weight of your calling and is equipped to walk with you into the new territories God is preparing. So can you feel the shift? Can you sense the weight of what's coming? Are you prepared to steward a connection that is not just for you, but for the advancement of the kingdom through your life? Because what is about to unfold will not only bless you personally, it will position you for greater impact, greater purpose, greater glory. And when you look back, you will see that the waiting wasn't a punishment. It was preparation for something far more holy than you could have scripted on your own. Chosen one, get ready. You are being rewarded for staying faithful, and heaven is about to make it undeniably clear. Beloved chosen one, let us pause for a moment and truly acknowledge how far you've come. You've done the heart work, you've done the soul work, you've allowed God to refine not only your desires but your discernment and your direction. And that is no small feat. In a world where many grow bitter after heartbreak, you chose not to let heartbreak harden you. In a culture where disappointment often breeds cynicism, you chose not to let disappointment destroy your hope. Have you realized how rare that is? How sacred? How seen? You trusted God even when His silence was the only answer you heard. You held on when others let go. You stood in faith when others mocked it. You stayed loyal to a vision that no one else could see, not because you were stubborn, but because your spirit knew that God is faithful, even when the timeline seems invisible. Those who sow in tears will reap with songs of joy. Psalm 126:5. Beloved, God saw all of it. Every private tear, every whispered prayer, every moment you chose integrity over ease, every time you kept sowing faith into the soil of your life when nothing seemed to be growing. And now, heaven is moving. God is saying, I am honoring your tears. I am responding to your prayers. I am rewarding your endurance. Can you feel it? The shift in the atmosphere around you. The quiet knowing in your spirit that something is aligning, that no human hand can orchestrate. That is the movement of the Most High, preparing to usher this next chapter into your life. Chosen one, the person being sent to you, will not just match your energy, they will match your anointing. They will be equally yoked in purpose, equally committed to spiritual growth, equally driven by something higher than personal gain. Have you asked God for this level of alignment? Are you prepared to receive a relationship where shared purpose is the foundation, not just chemistry or charisma? This will not be someone who merely falls in love with your smile, your energy, or your talents. No, this is someone who will fall in love with your assignment, your values, your heart for God. They will honor the unseen parts of your journey. They will understand that loving you means loving the calling upon your life. Think of the bond between Priscilla and Aquila in the New Testament, a married couple who worked side by side with Paul, building the early church. Their relationship wasn't built solely on affection. It was forged in purpose, spiritual alignment, and mutual service to the kingdom. This is the kind of connection God is preparing for you. So are you ready to receive a love that mirrors the depth of your calling? A connection where both of you pour into the kingdom, not just into each other. Because when this person arrives, your union will not simply be about happiness, it will be about impact. As we close this message, I want to say this from my heart to yours. Thank you. Thank you for walking this journey with me. Thank you for allowing your spirit to stay open, your heart to stay soft, and your faith to remain strong, even in seasons of waiting. You are not alone, chosen one. Across the world, others are walking the same road, standing in the same faith, believing in the same promises. And if this message has blessed you, if it has strengthened your spirit, confirmed your waiting, or reminded you that you are seen, I invite you to consider sowing into this space through super thanks. Your support helps us continue creating messages that minister to those who need them most. But hear this clearly, whether you choose to donate or not, your presence here is deeply valued. Your faithfulness, your time, your engagement, it matters more than words can express. Every comment, every prayer, every moment you spend leaning into these truths builds a spiritual community that reaches beyond borders. And for that, I thank you. From the depths of my heart, thank you. And now, chosen one, I want to speak a blessing over you as you prepare for what is to come. May you walk into this next season with open hands and an expectant heart. May the weight of old disappointments fall off of you like old garments. May you step into spaces that fit the fullness of who you are becoming. May your eyes be open to see the fingerprints of God in every new opportunity, every new connection. May your ears be tuned to the voice of the Holy Spirit, so that when your divine partner arrives, you will recognize the peace they carry. May you never again settle for relationships that drain you, distract you, or diminish your calling. May your spirit remain grounded in purpose, and may love find you not as an idol, but as an assignment fulfilled. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. May the Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. Numbers 6:24-26. And above all, may you always remember this: you were faithful, and heaven never forgets faithfulness. The reward is coming. The wait has not been in vain. Your story is still being written by the hand of the author, who writes perfect endings and glorious new beginnings. Until next time, beloved chosen one, keep standing, keep believing, and keep your heart prepared, because what's coming is greater than you can imagine. I bless you, I honor you, I thank you,